on Facebook. So what's up, Facebook? So at the moment we are live on Instagram. So this is the first time we are doing this. So usually we did not come live for the past few days because we had like so many things planning out. So today we are going to go ahead with our first implementation of it. So we are live on few platforms today, and we are going to be coming here and giving you value with regards to certain things which we actually experience, like when we deal with clients like on a regular basis. Because with our clients, it's actually like it's exciting to deal with lots of people, because we actually meet like all types of people. Because when we go through our transformations we have done, Ashan, like we notice like it's not the same types of people we have transformed. Because in the early days people thought like we only specialize in weight loss, but it's not that. If you saw Nimesh's transformation, it's actually like something else, and the competitors who won, it was something else as well. So today's topic is about making sure your responsibilities ain't your excuse to skip your priorities. So when I say that, I want you to understand is the fact that your number one priority should always be your health and fitness. So because the reason being, that's the place, first of all, that's the place you live in. So it's your, once you make yourself better is when other people are everything else is going to fall into places, because that's coming from our own experience with the things we have faced for the past so many years with our fitness journey. When it came to facing challenges like competitions and things like that, what we actually learned through those things were the things we applied into our daily routines. And it's just the small changes sometimes which will actually go a long way. So before we start and go ahead and go into this topic a little bit further, I want you to know the fact that like as we get older, we also understand is the fact that your 20s, what you did in your 20s is not going to work out for you in your 30s or even your 40s. It's going to be different. So speaking of that, Ashan, you're turning 30 very soon. So you can talk about that, because what you tried in your early 20s is not what you are doing, what you did like later during the life. So what happened was you adjusting to the situation, then you found the solution and adjusted to it. Basically it's about adjusting to it, by making sure like your health and fitness is your number one priority, right? Is that what you actually like have to say, Asha? Like, go ahead with it.
Yeah, I think because difference I face when you are eating healthy, you always have that physical strength, right? You don't have to push yourself to wake up and go for a run, to the gym or anything like that. You have that physical fitness in you when you are young. Okay, right? It's naturally there.
Yeah, I think
But when you come towards 30, sometimes you have this
difference
tendency
I face
to the gym,
was when you
yourself to
always have that physical strength,
right? But back in the day, in terms of strength,
to
you were at another level. But the difference is maturity, right?
to
So you have all the strength when you are young, but I didn't have consistency. I was very impatient to take results. So and you want everything then and there,
it's
right? That's the other thing, because the understanding is very low.
but
Okay, so that's the main difference between when I was 18
sometimes
and 30.
you
My
have this
physical strength is much better back in the day, but the focus, discipline, commitment, everything is up to that level. But right now, though my physical strength is not there compared to when I was 18, because of my discipline, consistency, and everything, my strength is even better
Yeah.
than it used to be, because you are much more mature. So that is the difference.
Yeah.
So personally, if I take me as an example, I would have done this transformation when I started when I was 18.
Yes.
Whoever was strong, whoever was good, whoever was explosive back in the day, I would have never done the transformation, because my mental capacity wasn't that much when I was
Yes.
18. But now I understand.
the other thing
Now I know how it works.
because
And
is
the other aspect is taking your time.
Yeah.
At the age of 18, if I fail today, I want my six pack tomorrow. It's that sort of thing. And that's why it took me from 18 to 30 to understand this.
Yes.
And we doing it right now.
Yes, exactly. So Yeah, speaking of that, like sometimes
Like
people say like when you actually
sort of
like
in that sense.
start your fitness journey at 25, like say I should have started early, but like you must realize like it's good that you started at 25, not 18,
Not
because during the period of 18 and 25, that's the place you learn that health should be like your number one priority. So do not regret what you didn't do in your 18 or like in your early 20s.
spend
Just be happy with the fact that what you're doing right now. So that's number one goal. So speaking of that, like I want to talk about like treating your body like a
to
temple, because that's this place
first
you live in. So you must make sure your fitness and health is your priority. So the biggest mistake people make would be the fact that they use those responsibilities when it happens, like when you grow
when
older, like in your 30s or 40s, you have
are
start having kids, your things changes. So
with
we've had clients who actually adjusted to these
purpose it
changes
shows
and ended up
that
dominating their fitness journey.
I
We've
feel
had experiences like that. So this is where we specialize in, like when you tell your routine, so what you need to do when responsibilities come is to adjust to the circumstances and adjust your routine according to it. I know it's saying it is like easy, talking about it, me talking about it here would be like a easy
you know
thing, but at the end of the day, if you are willing to make sure like you want to be healthy, like
and
making your priority, like you will actually end up you will find a way, because you must understand your priorities, because your body is always a temple. It deserves the treatment it needs to be
today
given.
was
So what you need to
not
realize is when you make your health and fitness your priority, trust me, you will actually end up facing your responsibilities better, because that's what happened to us. This is coming from our own experience, because when we saw because this is what we actually teach our clients when it comes to team empire transformations, because especially for the past year and a half, like what we seen was we actually interacted with people a lot more because of the lockdown. So this pandemic, the best thing happened was we had more interactions with people. So we had the opportunity to like make an impact on other people, like virtually, like so many people like around the world. Like we had a recent client from like somewhere else in the world, like other parts of the world. So um, at that time, like virtual sessions are like usually we made it 24/7, where like everybody will be available at certain times, because that's one thing we did, because we wanted to make sure you guys get the best when you actually transform in 12 weeks. Because in our transformations, we actually make sure you get to 12, not only where you transform yourself in 12 weeks. During that process we tell you like how to transform yourself like the next 12 weeks with or without us. So that's one of the things we actually tell you to do. So the habits and rituals, once you make sure like it becomes a pattern in your life, a good pattern, you realize that and you end up like doing it on a regular basis. And speaking of that, last year was the year where people actually, those who actually trusted us and invested their time with getting coached by us and ended up getting their best version. When compared to the first lockdown, that was one of the biggest wins, because this lockdown, like we are still making an impact than before. Because last year we had to make an effort to convince people. Now, like people already know the process because they have adjusted even without knowing. Because some of them have had their gyms at home. So they are already prepared for a lockdown or things like that. Because this is something we must understand that we need to live with this, because that's the only way to go ahead, I believe. So we can't control external situation. What we can control is what's happening internally. So internally is your body. So you must make sure your fitness and health is your priority. So responsibilities, if you know how to face it, will make sure you will face it better in the future when you have your health and fitness as your priority. So if when you, because I recently came across a client who make sure he goes to the gym first and he decides the rest of his day based on that. So or maybe working out, like since the gyms are closed, they're working out at home. Yeah, these are the things we actually witness. So what do you think about this, Ashan, like with regards to revolving your day around gym? Because that's what we do, right?
Yeah, because it's very important, because some people think that focusing on yourself is being selfish, right? Which is utter crap
Yes.
in my world, right? Because see, as an example, let's say you are just 35 years old and you have your two kids and already you have diabetes and cholesterol, right? What sort of an example are you giving to your kids, right?
Yes.
So all you have to do was no matter how busy you are, you just get 45 minutes to 1 hour
Yeah.
work out. Go and show them that this is how it is like, right? So and again, better your body is, better your mind. And when your mind is better, everyone around you
Will be better.
will want to be around you and they will be inspired by you. If
Yes.
you're a family man, this is what you need to do. Okay, you need to inspire your spouse, you need to inspire your kids. Okay, this needs to be done, right? So we all have responsibilities. Some have more than I do, and sometimes I have more than others,
Yeah.
right? But it is your routine at the end of the day. So people ask me, how can I find time? Actually, I can't answer that. It's
Yeah.
your day and it's your
It's
life.
up to you.
Find a way to get it done.
Yeah, because example, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the example I could come up would be Winston, because he's been with us for 3 years and he's competing at the end of September. He's getting ready for that, and he's one of the people who actually leads by example for his kids, because sometimes he actually makes sure like his kids learns certain things, and that's a proper like way of inspiring their kids to become a better version for themselves, because they understood like what one of the best clients I've had, because he understood the priorities, like where when you make sure like your health is your priority, you will actually get the rest of the things better, no matter how struggling, how external situations will be, no matter how much your external situations will be a struggle. So Ashan, we actually lost you on one platform, but that should be fine because yeah, so that should be fine for the moment, I guess, because we have actually come to the end of this live, because we thought we just wanted to put it out there is the fact that because most people like the reason why they don't actually commit to their fitness journey is because they already say like they don't have time. So what you must want, what I want you to understand is that when you make your health and fitness your priority, rest of the things will be better, because when you actually fix your mind and all of those things, your responsibilities, you face it better. So do not make your responsibilities as your excuse to skip your priorities. Make sure you follow your priorities first, and when you follow your priorities, you will face your responsibilities way better. So that's it for today, and I hope you got value with this live, which we came across today. And we'll be hoping to do it like tomorrow as well. We'll be coming up with a new topic, and Angel will be around. And yeah, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you guys soon. And we did 5 platforms today, and in the future we'll be coming up with more lives and more value and giving you more information with regards to everything. So that's it, and have a nice day. Let's dominate and let's go and let's get this done.